ones, empaths. Narcissists don't think rationally. They don't think rationally. And you've got to understand, in these times of separation, for whatever reason you did separate, you know, their motive behind it wasn't a pure, heartfelt motive. You know, they were being throughout evil. For whichever reason, they've converted your supply to want to destroy you. You know, that's mainly what's happening. Even if you were discarded, if you were reverse discarded, you know, they got too abusive, so you had to cut them off, or they wanted you to cut them off. Like, they're not thinking rationally when they're separating from us. And this is the major reason why the narcissist is in pain and hurt, and they are suffering, because they didn't deal with this situation with you like an adult. You know, them denying you closure denies them closure. They might like that, but it's still not healthy for a functionable human being. You see, all of their actions are really deranged, right? So when you've got someone orientating themselves in life in such a peculiar and deranged way, right, it doesn't enable them to let go. They don't ultimately let go, because their reasons behind causing this breakup were not genuine reasons. They weren't genuine. Like, it wasn't a normal separation where you amicably go left and right, you know? You amicably go your separate ways. It wasn't a genuine situation. You were dealing with someone that, for whichever reason, wanted revenge. Whether you inflicted injuries, you know, they wanted revenge. You might have inflicted some injuries on them, and they've sought out to destroy you because of it. Could have been because your supply's depleting, running out. But they don't acknowledge at the time when they're doing this the impact it's actually going to have in their lives in losing you, right? They are suffering because they're without you. They hide it. They mask it. They plaster over the cracks. They continue on with their life. They go with other people. And I'm telling you, having so many partners in one lifetime isn't good for you. The way these narcissists operate. They've got so many. I made a video the other day about how the narcissist is intimate with a lot of people, and it's not healthy for the body. And it's not, if you want to check that video out. It's genuinely not healthy the way they orientate themselves in life, going through supply after supply after supply. And this is why they have people along their past which they still haven't exactly got the closure they wanted from it, you know? Telling someone, like ghosting someone or devaluing someone and then ghosting someone, giving them silent treatment. You know, if you're the person who's doing that to someone, and I'm not saying you doing this no contact with the narcissist, I'm talking about the silent treatment that existed during the relationship, you know, the ghosting that might have happened from periods of time, and then the ultimate final ghosting, or the final time when they just went quiet on you. It doesn't bring you satisfaction. And I know this because even when we do our no contact, right? That's the reason why we've resorted to doing that, is because there's no talking to them. There's no getting them to see what we're saying. We've tried probably to talk to them. We've probably tried to reason with them, you know? We've probably tried to sort things out. Please press the like and the subscribe button. Help your brother out. It'll take 2 seconds of your time. Thank you. But this is why when they go silent, it's actually because we've offended them. That's another thing. They harbor all of this hate, malice in their hearts towards us because we've offended them in some way. They feel offended. They feel threatened. They're on the attack. No one goes on the attack for no reason. And that's why there's more than meets the eye with the narcissist. There's more than you realize what's happened in that situation. They never told you. Even during the breakup, they didn't tell you what they were doing this for. And that's why narcissistic injuries are one of the main reasons why they end up converting your supply to a primary supply source, to a secondary supply source, to someone who's on the exterior, who's not in their everyday life anymore. And they convert you to this, but they feel the consequences of doing this. They feel severe consequences from doing this. The narcissist, you know, they think they can hide it so well. Sorry, let me just have some of my coffee. They think they can hide it so well. And they go with various people. They move on numerous times. They just try to hide what's really going on beneath. And you've got to realize how special you are. You know, what you offer the narcissist, people ain't going to do that. People aren't going to treat them that way. They don't deserve it, you know? A lot of people would realize a narcissist is toxic. A lot of people that encounter them will realize, hold on, something not right with them, you know? So they're people that won't go into relationships with them in the future. They honestly go into toxic relationships a lot of the time. They fall into toxicity themselves. They end up with a narcissist, which I mentioned in my video yesterday as well. But the separation isn't easy for them. And it's a big mistake that they make in the narcissistic community, thinking, because I always get comments saying they don't care about you, they hurt you, they've gone off somewhere else, and they don't care. It's like, if it was that easy, why are we getting hoovers after 6 months or a year or even longer? Why are we getting hoovers from them? Why are they contacting us? You know? Why aren't they just leaving it alone? It proves that they aren't healed. And they don't heal. This way and coping strategy for them to heal by running through random people and going through loads of different people, this doesn't heal them. This plasters over the cracks. It distracts them momentarily. But then they become inundated with remembrance of you and memories of you. And they have to live this lie with the memories and the remembrance of you. And this is what tears them apart. This is what causes them pain. This is what causes them suffering. They haven't moved forward in a genuine way. They've left the relationship in a shambolic way, just some craziness. They've moved forward in some weird manner. It's not natural. How do you possibly think that someone like that can just be very assured in themselves, very certain in their decisions? They're not. These don't make decisions all the time and regret it. They're not happy with what life gives them. They're not happy the way life plays out. They wasn't even happy when they was with you. That's why they started to get revengeful. Because of your low supply, perhaps, or the injuries you inflicted. They felt offended. You know? This is what it's like. So, I know I probably will get some comments saying they don't care. They, if you think they're this nonchalant being that walks around and can cause all this destruction and have no feelings, it's like someone that's attacking, being horrible, being mean, being cruel. They even say this in school. It's like when someone's a bully, they say it's because they were getting bullied. There's a reason behind their actions. Their reasoning might not be pure, might not make sense, but there's a reason. They do have a reason to be acting this way, otherwise they wouldn't do it. They don't just devalue, smear your name, tear you apart. They don't just do all that for no reason. They're doing it for not a genuine one. They're doing it for a reason for themselves, right? It's not a genuine reason. Sorry about that. It's not a genuine reason. It's a genuine reason to them. It's their genuine reason. I'm gonna act in this way. I'm gonna treat someone like this because of A, B, C, and D. They are doing it for their reasoning, but it doesn't really make sense, and that's why they don't bring it up to you. They just act crazy, and because they do this, they never truly let go of you. They never truly heal. They never truly move forward. And even them moving forward into new relationships, it's revenge. It's trying to invoke jealousy from you. It's trying to make you feel inferior. It's all of this still manipulation. They're not functioning like you. They're not pure like you. They're not just, dealing with life and being like wholehearted and caring. They're not doing that. So they don't do this because ultimately they're miserable creatures. They're miserable. The injuries made them miserable that you probably inflicted into them. They are suffering. They are suffering. But you just got to take it for what it is. Like, no one's going to do this stuff that they do. No one's going to do this stuff and feel content about doing it. They know they've made a mess. They know they've made drama out of nothing. They know afterwards, after they go through the whole process, it's just like a rage. You just got to let them burn themselves out. They'll eventually get burnt out from it and think, they'll feel embarrassed and they'll know they acted like an idiot. They know this. They care very much about what they appear like to other people. They care a lot about how they appear to other people. So they do know. But they'll be stubborn. They'll stick to their guns and continue with saying, "Oh, you done this and you done that." And, I don't want you to be the person that says, "Okay, I'm sorry," because that's how they catch you. They go on so much about all of the crap. You know what I mean? You end up apologizing to them and you didn't even do nothing wrong. And they'll be sitting there knowing that they caused the drama, and then they're getting an apology. But this separation isn't easy for them. It's not easy for them at all. And they do suffer. Their whole reasoning for doing this stuff to you doesn't make sense. Could have been injuries that you inflicted. Could have been your supply withering away, as I mentioned. They're seriously hurt from your loss. And they're not this person that manages to go through life hurt everyone in their way and not face any consequences for what they do. They do face consequences, I believe, in this world and the next world. They're functioning on a frequency which is not healthy. Their emotions are not regulated properly. This whole thing has happened because they're acting deranged. They wasn't being amicable and normal and civil with you. They were acting crazy. That's what they were doing. They were acting crazy. So because they do this, they are left with the feeling of absence. They are left with the feeling of a void that can't be filled because you're out of their life. They are left with the feelings and the remembrance of the good things that you've done. You know, all of these things fade. All of these things fade. All of the bad things that they said about you, they fade. They're left with the remembrance of the good times. That's what happens with the narcissist. And they may be in these other situationships now, and they may be, but empaths and chosen ones, you make a huge impact in the life of the narcissist, and they do suffer the consequences with your loss. They are suffering without you, and they're not this person that's able to just hurt everyone in their path and not face any consequences. They're not functioning on with a healthy mentality. So this causes them internal collisions day in, day out. This causes them pain and upset. You know, they're not happy. They're never happy. They're never satisfied. Even though your supply was so potent, even though you made a huge impact in their life, they're still miserable. They still didn't appreciate. Otherwise, they wouldn't have acted in the way they did during their last days and the ending of the relationship. They wouldn't have acted in that way. So, anyway, thank you for watching today. Please press the like and the subscribe button. If you'd like to donate to the channel, you can find the link in the description box. And if you'd like a one-to-one session with myself, you can also find the link in the description box. Currently, I've got the secondary channel, the spiritual channel. So anyway, I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.